Hi, I'm Mark Potter. I'm a licensed clinical social worker in Salt Lake City, Utah, and a clinical specialist in mindfulness-based and contemplative practices. I'm presenting today a 20-minute basic guided meditation that's primarily for use by people who attend my weekly meditation groups or involved in my Learn to Meditate class, although anyone's welcome to tune in and listen. We'll be looking at some of the things we've been talking about, bringing a bit of affect, a bit of positive emotion into the practice, as well as really, really trying to develop that gentleness and kindness toward ourselves throughout the whole process. That's so key. Along the way, you may hear phrases that sound familiar to you. That's because my practice and study over the last many years has been informed by so many voices. People like Thich Nhat Hanh, Jack Kornfield, Sharon Salzberg, uh, most recently Bill and Susan Morgan, and Ron Siegel. I owe all of them a debt of gratitude. So let's get going. And this will be, about 20 minutes or so. Let's first open the body up a bit. Chances are you've been sitting for a long period of time. And even if you just take a second to do a little bit of a stretch, a little bit of something just to connect the body to us and to our place right here. Most folks who are doing this with me are seated in a chair, but you can certainly do it lying down. You can do it sitting on a cushion beautifully. Whatever works for you is fine, even standing up. So if you'd join me, please, let's begin by gently closing the eyes if this feels okay. If not, it's fine to have a soft focus in front of you. And beginning by taking 4 or 5 nice, deep cleansing breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. And then breathing naturally in and out through the nose if this feels okay. And if not, it's fine to do whatever works for you today. And settling back and resting in the natural rhythm of the breath. Bringing awareness to those in and out sensations wherever you most easily feel your breath. This may be air coming in and out at the tip of your nose, or the rise and fall or expanding and contracting of your chest, or the rise and fall of the abdomen, wherever it's easiest. Just noticing those sensations. There's no need to control the breath. This breath that breathes itself 24 hours a day. We never even notice it unless it's some way impeded or obstructed. This breath that sustains us and cares for us all the time. No need to control it. Just sort of let the breath come to us. Inviting in some positive emotion into the process. Imagining and creating the feeling behind the idea that there's no place in the world you'd rather be right now than right here meditating. Nothing you'd rather be doing than right here, right now meditating. Even if that's not true. We're just bringing into presence that the emotion of that. Just practicing and playing with that a bit. If the mind is particularly jumpy, you may wish to count breaths in sets of 10, each exhalation being a count. When you get to the end of a set, beginning over with a new set. And if you lose your way at any point, just beginning over with a new set. We can always start again in meditation, just like in our day. Letting go of the counting if you wish. Really just focusing on those physical sensations of in and out. It's fine to quietly note in and out at the back of the mind if you wish, though it's not necessary. Really just focusing on the sensations. After a short time, you may notice that the mind has wandered from the breath, as all minds do. So, without giving yourself a hard time, just gently escorting your awareness back to the breath over and over. That's the practice. a thought or an emotion or a sensation arises that's strong enough to pull us away from the breath, well, that's the magic moment. There's no way we can keep ourselves from being distracted. But we get better over time, a bit better at noticing when we become distracted. And that's the magic. That's the magic moment when we realize that, and then very kindly and gently bring ourselves back to the breath over and over. When returning to the breath after being distracted, coming back as though you were someone you really cared about, someone you really loved, creating that emotion, returning yourself to the breath as though you were someone you really cared about, someone you really loved. Practicing with a bit of kindness and tenderness toward yourself. Practicing this emotion of a fond affection for the breath. You may find it helpful at times to very quickly note where the mind has been when distracted, thinking, planning, remembering, and not thinking about it much, very quickly, like putting a little sticky note on it. Whatever it is that's distracted you, and letting go, and gently bringing yourself back to the breath. As Bill and Susan Morgan say, we're doing something important here and something subtle. We're tenderizing our hearts. We're tenderizing the heart mind. We're bringing gentleness and kindness, and even affection toward ourselves, something we're not used to doing. And so, as we close this period of meditation, offering appreciation to ourselves that we've taken the one seat in the entire world where we can be present with ourselves. We practice not only for ourselves, but for others also. We practice so that we might take more gentle footsteps on the earth, and we can offer appreciation to ourselves for taking this time today to do that. And when you're ready, opening your eyes, thank you so much for joining me. I'm so grateful you were here. It means so much, and I appreciate you and your practice. And please look forward to joining me again for whatever the next installment is. Thanks. Bye-bye.